فلينظر الإنسان مما خلق من ماء دافق يخرج من بين الصلب والترائب.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على رسول الأمين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد، قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فلينظر الإنسان مما خلق من ماء دافق يخرج من بين الصلب والترائب. صدق الله العظيم. Dear friends, we will be starting inshallah a series of presentations about the human body, its creation, how the babies are formed, and how the different organs of the body are created, and see its relevance with the Quranic revelations, what we call as the divine revelations that were revealed in the 6th century. And let's see what Quran has got to talk about the human body, the human development. And in these series of presentations, today's presentation will be, that is part 1. We're looking at what the Quran is going to talk about, the reproductive system. We have two reproductive systems, one in the male, one in the female. But today we will be concentrating on the male reproductive system. And there again, we will be focusing on the development of the testes and the descent of the testes, and see what the Quran has got to say about these testes. So this is just a human body. These are the chest, these are the abdomen. You can see intestines, liver. And now we are focusing today on the development of the testes, the descent of the testes, and see what the Quran talks about these testes, inshallah. This is a picture of the human skeleton. When you say human skeleton, these are without the soft tissues like muscles or intestines. This is this side view. This is the front view. This is the back view. I would like you to concentrate here. These are called as the rib cage. Consist of ribs. So these are the ribs, and this is the backbone. So this is the back view. These are the ribs, and this is the backbone. This is a very important slide for you to remember, because we will come back to it, why it is so important. This is the body from the front. When you see the human body, if you see the human body, if you cut open this body, if you cut it open, this is what you're going to see. When you cut open the body, this is what you're going to see at the back of the stomach, at the back. Here will be your rib cage at this level. These are the rib cage. This is the backbone here. The backbone will be in the middle. This is the kidney, the left kidney. This is the right kidney. The testis develops over here, next to the kidney. The testis, the right testis is over here. The left testis is over here in the fetus, in the embryo. So when the testes are formed the first time in the fetus, in the embryo, it develops over here, next to the kidneys, between the ribs and the backbone. This is point number 1. Point number 2, the testis, when it develops, it gets its blood flow from the aorta at the same level between the ribs and the backbone. And when the blood drains, it drains into the inferior vena cava, which is here, which is located between the ribs and the backbone. Even when the testis descends down in the adults, when the testis descends down at the birth, it continues to get the blood flow from the same level between the ribs and the backbone. So the development of the testis is between the ribs and the backbone. The blood flow to the testis is between the ribs and the backbone. The venous drainage is between the ribs and the backbone. And if you see the lymphatic nodes and the lymphatic supply to the testis, it is at the same level between the ribs and the backbone. And this is the same pattern even when the testis descends down later on in life. Now this is the rib cage, this is the backbone, this is the testis in an adult. This will be the testis when the baby is born. When the baby is born, the testis descends down from the top to the bottom. The testis descends from the top to the bottom, but it retains the same blood flow at the same level between the ribs and the backbone. The venous drainage remains the same level. The lymphatic drainage remains at the same level between the ribs and the backbone. I keep repeating this point because this is what we are going to discuss today. And this is the next slide. So you'll see that this is the baby photo, the clinical photograph. The testis is born, is developed between the ribs and the backbone. This is another picture. These are the kidneys, this is the pancreas. The testis develops here between the ribs and the backbone. And when the embryo grows, into fetus, and the fetus becomes a baby. As it grows, the testis descends down from the top, from the abdomen. This is the track. It comes down and down and down and down and comes into the scrotum. So when the baby is born, that's at the 9th month after the gestation, 9th months of pregnancy, in a male baby, the testis comes down. This is a hard fact. Now what all I'm telling you now, these are the hard facts. These are the established facts scientifically. This is what is taught in medical science. I'm a medical doctor myself. This is what is taught in all the medical schools throughout the world. This is scientifically proven. This is proven because we have seen with our own eyes when we cut open the baby, like in case of abortions, in case of premature deaths, premature deaths. When you cut open the fetus, this is what we see. We see the testis is over here in this development. Sometimes it gets stuck. It doesn't come down. Is what is called as undescended testis. Sometimes it is called ectopic testis. The point I'm trying to say is not going to be a medical lecture today. Is trying to compare the science and the Quranic revelation. The point important to note is the testis develops here in the abdomen between the ribs and the backbone, and it comes down as the baby grows, and at the 9th month of pregnancy, that is when the baby is born, the testis is in the scrotum. But even when the testis is over here, the blood flow continues to be between the ribs and the rib cage. The venous drainage continues between the ribs and the backbone. The lymphatic drainage continues to be between the ribs and the backbone. I want to make it a little bit clearer. I think it's worth watching a short video over here. What I'm saying now in the form of words, you can see it in the form of a nice presentation, inshallah. See, these are the ribs. This is the spine, vertebral column. This is the right kidney. This is the left kidney. The testis develops here. The testis develops here. So these are the ureters. I want you to focus on here. This is a side view. So this is where it gets its blood flow. The aorta is over here, the inferior vena cava is over here, the testicular artery goes from here to here in the fetus. But when the testis comes down, the blood flow still comes from the aorta at this point, at the same level. This is a very important concept for you to understand. Now this is the infant of the kidney, these are the intestines, and this is the back. It's an important slide for you to remember. This is the backbone. We are seeing from the behind. These are the ribs. This is the backbone. So the testis is over here in the baby, in the fetal stage, between the backbone and the ribs. Now we'll go on to the next slide. Now you can see the testis descending down as the baby grows inside the mother's womb, like 3rd month, 4th month, 5th month, 6th month, 7th month, 8th month. You can see that both the testes are coming down at the time of birth. Both the testes are in the scrotum at the time of birth, that is at the 9th month of the pregnancy. You can see that is right testis, left testis is coming down all the way from abdomen. But importantly, it continues to get the blood flow at the same level between the ribs and the backbone. That's a very important concept. Blood flow, venous drainage, and the lymphatic flow continues to come from the top between the ribs and the backbone. These are the testes in an adult. Now let's see what the Quran has got to say. What does the Quran say about this development of the testes and the descent of the testes? Allah says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. فَلْيَنْزُرِ الْإِنسَانُ مِمَّا خُلِقَ. So let man see from what he is created. We all know, ladies and gentlemen, that the man is created when the sperm from the male meets the ovum from the female. Here we are talking about the sperm. We all know scientifically that the sperm is produced in the testis. Without sperm, there is no creation of the man. There has to be sperm. The sperm is produced in the testis. And next verse, the God says, Hulika mim ma'in dafiq. He is created from a water gushing forth. He is created from a fluid gushing forth. Here it is referring to the sperm. Here it is referring to the sperm which is produced by the testis. This is a scientific fact that the sperms are produced in the testis. Sperms are the one that are going to meet with the ovum from the female and form the zygote embryo, which will be next presentation inshallah. Coming to the third verse, yakhruju min bayni sulbi wa tarayu. Yakhruju means it is exiting. Min bayni, in between. Sulbi. Sulbi means backbone. Quranic word sulbi means backbone. This you can refer to any Quranic translation, Piktal, or any translations available online. Sulbi means backbone. What Tarai means ribs. So God is saying that the man is created from the fluid whose origin is between the backbone and the ribs. And we know, we just saw in so many slides in the previous videos, that the testis develops between the backbone and the ribs. The testis in the fetus, in the embryo, develops between the backbone and the ribs. And it is this testis that produces spermatozoa, that is sperm, and that is responsible for the creation of the human being. So we are seeing the Quran says that the sperm coming from the testis is proceeding between the backbone and the ribs. In summary, we saw that scientifically that the testis develops between the ribs and the backbone. This is in the skeleton. This is the blood flow that continues at the same level to the testis between the ribs and the backbone, even in an adult. The venous drainage is between the ribs and the backbone even in an adult. The lymphatic drainage continues to be the same even in an adult. The testis had developed here is come down, and this is what we say that Quran really spoke the truth. Now let's see what the fact has said that the development of the testis, it is a proven fact, scientifically proven. The whole world knows about it. It is taught in all the medical schools, and this is what we see with our eyes in our hospital practice. The development of the testis for sure is established fact. It is between the ribs and the backbone. This is made possible because we have now microscope, and this has developed in the last 100 to 150 years. This scientific knowledge we have got it, what is taught in medical school, I am a doctor, and what is taught in medical schools throughout the world, be it India, UK, Ireland or America, wherever. This is a standard established fact because of the development of the microscope. We know about all these facts because of the microscope, electron microscope, laparoscopic surgery, what we do for undescended testes. We have seen with our eyes that in the undescended testis, if it doesn't come down, it is in the abdomen and it is between the ribs and the backbone. This is by the direct observations. And in the fetus which is aborted, if you cut open the fetus and we can see inside where is the testis. Now these are the scientific facts. But interestingly, all this information was revealed in the 6th century. The Quranic statements were revealed in the 6th century. That is about 1400 years ago. It was called as the Dark Ages at that time. At that time, there were no labs, there were no medical schools, no microscope, no electron microscope, no laparoscope, no anatomy dissection, direct observations by cutting open the fetus. So how is it possible? How is it possible that the Quran made statements 1400 years ago and it continues to be true? In other words, the Quranic statement that was revealed 1400 years ago are so scientifically true. It is compatible, it is the truth, and Quranic statement can be verified even today. How verily the Quranic statements are true. It means the Quran has to be from a divine power, the supreme power, the supreme Lord, what we call as Allah. And the second important thing I want you to remember is Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was not a lettered person. He was unlettered, in meaning he did not go to schools, he did not go to colleges, he was not a doctor, he was not a science student, he did not go to the universities. So how did Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam know about this information? How did Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam come to know about these statements which are proven only recently, about 100 years ago or 150 years ago? So this only goes to show that this information to the Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was given to him by a supreme power called as Allah. I repeat, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was not lettered, but he came to know of this knowledge, information. So it has to be a divine revelation to him, and hence Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is a true messenger. So to conclude today's talk, the Quranic statements are not contradictory to modern scientific facts. In fact, the Quranic statements are complementary or truthful. They go hand in hand with established scientific facts, and hence the Quran is a divine book. And Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam must have received divine revelation from Allah, because he could not have made these statements on his own. He did not have any knowledge, but this knowledge was given to him by the supreme God Allah, and hence Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the messenger of God. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.